Welcome back to the Nameless College Football Show, where we don't have a name or graphics or sponsors or anything like that, but we more than make up for it in enthusiasm, entertainment, sometimes knowledge. I am Brandon, as always joined by my wonderful co-host, the captain himself, Petey. Petey, how are you doing?
I'm doing all right, I suppose, all things considered,
Yeah, yes. We will have a lot to say about that later. Mm-hmm. But that was a hell of a week of college football. Week 8. What in the world is going on?
Turmoil.
Yes.
It's one of those weeks where there's just going to be complete and utter chaos, and that's what we got. This is like nothing is consistent in this league, especially in this day and age, and this is really just going to be more of the same probably going forward until we do come up with a new system. But
yeah,
we work with what we got at the moment, so is what it is. So it's going to be madness at the end of the year.
Yes. And, one of my goals for this show was to kind of be a little bit more positive about the sport and highlight some of the better aspects. It just so happens that is impossible with the way things have gone.
You can't.
We can't do it. So we have to lean all the way into the other side. And this week, we will be discussing the biggest losers from last week. Huge losers all around. Tough decisions had to be made. But you're the man for the job. So, Petey, who is your first biggest loser? And we're just going to try to name losers until we run out of losers. We could be here infinite amount of time.
The team that is going to suffer the most, I think, from their loss is going to be Miami.
Thank God.
Yeah.
Woo. It's great.
Yeah.
It's great.
They haven't played this like top tier competition all year. I think they've had a few good opponents, but nothing like the SEC has seen. And they came out flat. Did let Louisville jump on them, and then they had to fight back, and then basically just tried to put it into Carson Beck's hands, and Carson Beck put it into everyone else's hands. So.
Who could have seen it coming, Petey? Carson Beck would throw the game away, 0 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. Who would have imagined such an outcome in a big game for him?
And it seemed like Malachi Tony was going to win this game in spite of Carson Beck, but
that guy's
just
incredible.
Was not able to make it happen. And when the game was on the line, Carson Beck throws his 4th interception. So good to him.
Way to go, Carson Beck. We knew, I feel like we've been talking about this every week with Miami, where eventually it was either going to be Cristobal doing something silly, and there was some of that in this game, or it was going to be Carson Beck just turning the ball over in a disgusting, explosive diarrhea type of a way.
Well, we got that.
Yeah, that's 1,000% what happened. And I don't know how you do that with a guy like Malachi Tony on your team, but he did it. And I'm thankful he was able to do it, because you just can't believe in a team like Miami. And we had been forced to, because they hadn't lost yet, but now they have lost in embarrassing fashion. And we get to hopefully forget about them.
The problem is that they still have they're still probably going to the ACC championship game at this point. I don't know what they dropped. I think they dropped 11th or something like that in the AP poll. Not that matters. The AP poll is garbage, but we're unfortunately, we haven't heard the last of Miami. I don't think.
It's like it's horror movie season, so who is it? Always comes back. Michael Myers. Just
Yeah.
always comes back. Okay, well that's nice. Well, who is your next biggest loser?
So the biggest, I don't want to say it's biggest, but funniest, I guess, is LSU to Vandy. I just love it's just like Brian Kelly. Like, who would have think, like, Vanderbilt was favored against LSU for the first time since 1949, and they actually won, but handedly won. Just, we continue to see the absolute garbage that LSU is putting out there on offense. And they continue to, I mean, they still have a great defense, but the defense just can't hold it together for the entire game against a qualified opponent. And Vanderbilt is just really good on all fronts. They're a well-rounded team, and Diego Pavia is just going to make you pay for it any chance he can.
I cannot believe that this is the conversation we're having about Vanderbilt being so great in all phases of a football game that they pretty easily handled business against LSU.
Yeah.
Is this what Brian Kelly had in mind when he left Notre Dame, you think? That he'd be losing to
I think he thought he'd be 2 championships in by now.
Oh, yeah, when he was talking in that strange fake Bayou accent when he first got hired, he knew how this was going to go, and it just hasn't gone that way. And watching LSU against South Carolina, you knew it felt like they were just getting teed up for this to happen.
Yeah, like we watched them, but I mean, LSU's offense has been garbage all year long.
Yeah,
and then they had this. They've not had, like, similar to the Gamecocks, they've not had any semblance of a running offense all year until they played us last week, and then that was just, you know, we knew that was a farce. But I don't think the rest of the world knew that because they'd not seen us play. But and I wonder if there's some kind of voodoo magic that Ed Orgeron left on the program when he got fired.
It had to be. If he tried to tell us, we wouldn't be able to understand him. And that's a voice that only an evil spirit, an evil voodoo monster could understand. And also, I like Ed Orgeron, one of the greatest firings ever, a reaction to a firing.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Just like told him how much money he was getting, which door you want me to take out of here. That's the way to do it. You leave, you got your national championship.
Had no business, like, did not even care that he, like, after he won the championship the year before, did not care about winning any more games, apparently.
No.
Just hitting on everyone's wives and girlfriends.
That's what I was going to say. I feel like I saw him more in pictures with women than I saw him doing anything football related.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which, I mean, that living the dream. So, okay. That is a very funny big loser because that's Brian Kelly, and now he's on the hot seat, and deservedly so. Your next biggest loser.
Ole Miss. And
speaking of college football coaches who love women, Lane Kiffin, my guy, you hate to see it.
Although he may have turned over a new leaf recently, but he's one of those guys you used to hate a lot. Now you kind of love him.
Yeah,
he's growing on you. So I do like. I mean, and there's a lot of talk about him taking the Florida job. So that's another topic we'll get to, but. Ole Miss was in the driver's seat until this loss. And, I mean, it was a loss at Georgia, and they were in control for most of this game until they just got shut out in the fourth quarter offensively by Georgia. I think they're very similar teams, just Georgia has a slightly better defense. And offensively, Ole Miss is probably a little more high-powered. I have more faith in their offense versus Gunnar Stockton in Georgia and Mike Bobo, but At the neutral field, this is probably a pick 'em team. You know, who's going to win this one on a neutral field could go either way. But you know, Ole Miss is no longer undefeated.
I agree. This was confusing because I was at the South Carolina game. I went to a spot after that before going to a hotel room. And I left point A to get to the hotel room, and Ole Miss was winning and looked like they were in control.
Yeah, I didn't watch the game because I had boat stuff to do.
You were on the boat. Yeah,
but
you were captain.
Yeah, it was a lot of offensively high power, you know, driving down the field, both sides of the field, both, you know, teams. And it looked like, I think Ole Miss was up like by 11 points at one point, and it looked like they were going into the fourth. They were up by 11. It looked like they were going to hold off Georgia on their own field and get this win, but then they just got they just got shut down by that Georgia defense. And to Georgia's credit, they made Gunnar Stockton show you what he can do. They're letting him loose, and that's what they had to do to win this game, because it wasn't going to be a low scoring game like we normally see with Georgia. But so, I mean, they showed us something they hadn't showed us all year.
Yes. Yeah, by the time we got to the hotel and were checking in, that lead had evaporated and Georgia was winning. Mm-hmm. And my mind was blown. But yeah, Gunnar Stockton, 4 touchdowns, no interceptions. The hilariously named tight end. They always have a tight end with an interesting name. Lawson Lucky caught 3 touchdowns. And something that made this game funnier to me is in the beginning of the week, Lane Kiffin made a joke about Kirby Smart not burning that many calories. I think someone asked him like something about moving up and down the field, whatever. And he made a joke about Kirby being a little husky. And then Lane, who may or may not have turned over a new leaf, the morning of the game, he tweeted out this picture. Let me see if I can share the screen if you can see it. Can you see my screen?
I can.
Yes. Thanks, guys, for an amazing workout this morning. The morning of the game. Here he is, shirtless, between 2 yoga instructors who are decades younger than him.
He's in
great shape.
Yeah. He's looking too.
Yes.
A little bit of a receding hairline. I didn't realize his hairline was that bad, but
the visor.
Yeah.
So yeah, he looks good. And just
Argos is his daughter's friends.
I think what's crazier is the image I have built up of Lane Kiffin in my mind. I have no proof of any of this. I don't think it would matter either way. I don't think it would. I think they could be his daughter's friends, and I don't think it would matter. They might not.
It probably is more likely that they're his friends, and then that is still his go-to. If you get what I'm saying.
Yes, 1,000%. And so then Kirby clearly heard the little calorie jab about from Lane, and he thanked him after the game at the press conference for. He said, "Oh yeah, Lane gave me hot yoga tickets, so thank you, Lane." Which is good. 2 great visor coaches. Another we talked about last week, Lane reminding us of Steve Spurrier. Another great. I think we'll get to this later, but you have to look for visor-wearing head coaches. This is a key that I've stumbled upon.
I was just thinking that, and I was trying to find one that was not good. And I'm trying to think, was Deshaun Foster a visor guy?
He might have been. So that would be tough. That would be tough. That would be against the data.
What was McElwain from Florida? 10 years.
Yeah, he had his own set of issues. Yeah,
he had a lot of. I'm trying to think of anybody else, but I mean, yes, visors seem to be very good.
They're helpful.
very helpful. Yeah, maybe it's just like you get more airflow to the brain, and your hair,
Could be.
the oxygen seeps through your scalp better.
I can't really do it because I'd get a weird tan line, and even with sunscreen, I'd be afraid to even chance it because you don't want a visor sunburn or tan line. I've seen that on
You ever
golf.
see the golfers that have the bald head, and then they just have the tan line across the back of their skull. So,
Kind of makes you look like a penis.
yep.
Yeah, think about it. Okay. And another big loser, Petey. Who do you have for us?
Texas Tech. From what I saw of that game, they did not look like the best team in the Big 12.
No.
There was like zero offensive highlights until like the last 5 minutes of that game for Texas Tech. But I mean, Sam Levitt was just not going to be tackled. He was making a lot of crazy plays. So a lot of things fell their way, ASU. But yeah, I mean, Texas Tech was in the driver's seat, and now things are up in the air with BYU going undefeated against and beating Utah. So Big 12 is more of a chase than we thought it was.
Yeah, a lot of chaos in that conference. I do enjoy that, as I've said many times. And we do have some big loser coaches outside of Brian Kelly. Who do we have who had to walk the plank, I guess we would say, if we're nautically themed, this past week?
Well, I mean, Napier.
Billy Napier.
Yeah.
After a win.
Right, the rare firing after a win. It's almost as if somebody made a huge donation at halftime in true Jimbo Fisher style.
Yes.
So,
they just didn't have the big check.
I don't understand it. Why fire him after beating Mississippi State? I don't get the timing, but obviously I think he probably should have been fired a year or two ago.
Yes, that was a long time coming. Very funny because you're right. Jimbo was fired after beating Mississippi State as well. Yeah. So if I've learned one thing, do not beat Mississippi State if you want to save your job.
Yeah.
Lose to them. But yeah, the writing was on the wall there forever. And weird to, I guess if I'm thinking like Florida's AD, maybe he knew there's just no way Napier was going to do anything against the schedule they had this season. So you were going to get to fire him. So fire him mid-season versus maybe they just didn't have a candidate they wanted to hire after last season. That's the only thing I can figure.
Yeah, what's the point of firing him now?
Yeah.
I mean, you're still going to have to pay him regardless.
Yeah.
So I guess just let him finish the season, or maybe wait until later on the season or a week before the end of the season, just that we know that, or so other candidates know that that job's open. But there's not going to be a lot of coaching hires being made until after the season's over anyway. So exactly. I don't really know what the point is. I guess I kind of understand Virginia Tech's firing, after 4 weeks in?
Yeah.
More so after 0-4 versus Napier, but they were so ready to stick with him after last year.
It just made no sense.
And then why were you expecting more of anything different? Like, you still had really good recruits, you just were not getting anywhere with them. So, it doesn't make a lot of sense, but hey, they don't pay me to be the AD at Florida.
They should. We also lost Jay Norvell at Colorado State. If you're a big Colorado State, if we've got Colorado State viewers, we're covering this one for you. No one else will. Probably his biggest moment was the first year against Colorado when he was going back and forth against with Dion in the media. Yep. That was it. But yeah, he was 8-5 last year, 2-5 this season. He's gone, and we have a lot of coaches on the hot seat Mike Norvell, you are on notice. They fired one Norvell. It might be you next.
Are they related? I'm assuming they are.
They are not. This is where I inform you that Jay Norvell is black.
Oh.
So,
well, I gotta tell you, it probably wasn't gonna work out for him in Colorado anyway.
Exactly.
That's one of the whitest states you can.
He'll be much safer other places. Who else? Luke Fickell, Wisconsin. You, the way he's talking in the media, he kind of knows that.
I mean, I'm surprised he's made it this long. 'Cause I think after last year they were not happy.
That was kind of, yeah.
So I mean, he hasn't done anything of substance at Wisconsin, and Wisconsin used to be a powerhouse.
They have always been very good throughout my college football watching lifetime.
They were kind of similar to Iowa.
Yes.
A little bit better offensively than Iowa, but always had a great defense.
Yeah, and they could run the ball and had like huge offensive linemen.
Yeah.
Ron
I
Dang.
don't know
Shout out
what's
to Ron
going on
Dang.
there, but wasn't he at Cincinnati before that?
Yeah, he got them. They finished number 4 in the nation one year. They had that 13-1 season.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
So who's the quarterback? That was Desmond Ritter. Yeah. So I don't know. That was really crazy. He was also, I had forgotten this. He was the guy in between Jim Tressel and Urban Meyer at Ohio State. He was 1 year there.
Yeah.
I think like the scandal, the tattoo stuff.
He was like an interim.
Yeah.
Because didn't Tressel get fired right before the season?
I believe so. And so they needed someone. He was standing around, and he just got to coach Ohio State for a year. And but yeah, so Luke Fickell, I'm sorry, but the writing's on the wall. And a show favorite, Hugh Freeze, already in the media asking for his AD's vote of confidence. Anytime you have to ask for your athletic director's vote of confidence publicly,
not a good sign.
Not great. But
I mean, it's also Auburn. You're not going to get a vote of confidence. Unless you're winning games, you're not going to get a vote of confidence. So they will fire you fast.
Yeah.
And I am surprised he has made it this long. This is his 3rd year or 4th at Auburn.
Let me see. I was mostly impressed that he has not used his university cell phone to call escort services again. But this is year 3. So.
Well, now that you can't pay recruits under the table, it doesn't really. That's not working out. I mean, they're getting good recruits too at Auburn.
Yeah.
Yeah. They've had a couple games where they've gone toe to toe with a couple big teams this year. They just can't pull it off. Like they, just this past week against Missouri, they were close. That was a 1 possession game. Played Georgia pretty tough. Oklahoma, Texas A&M. These are all 1 or 2 possession losses, but it's 4 in a row. And so now he's getting very scared, and that's funny. I mean, they seem to be a pretty decent, team defensively. They're just not clicking on offense in order to get, enough points winning games. But that's not what you hired Hugh Freeze for.
No. Starting quarterback Jackson Arnold. So that explains that.
Yeah. Yeah, we saw how that went last year.
Yes. Oklahoma, poor guy. Good luck.
I mean, he also seems to be a very unscrupulous person in real life. So it's not.
Yeah. Like, if you hire Hugh Freeze, like, you're not getting a molder of men. Well, he might be a molder of men, but I don't know if you want the men that he molds to be molded in that fashion.
Wasn't there, maybe you told me that, like, wasn't there something about him spending a whole lot of time on the golf course before the season started?
Okay. So this is very funny because I have Googled Hugh Freeze, so I have all my stuff ready, and I want you to see this. I will share my screen here. First picture right there. Boom. Hugh Freeze golfing.
He also just looks like a piece of shit.
Yeah. He does look like a scumbag.
Like, yeah.
Oh, brother.
Don't trust this guy with $20.
No. Come on.
Yeah.
He coached Michael Orr, the Blind Side. He was in that movie, which kind of lets you know about Hugh Freeze, because that whole movie has come out, and the
Not
whole
great.
thing was very Hugh Freeze-esque.
Yeah.
Because that's right, he was the coach at the high school.
Was he?
Yes.
At
At
movie?
Briarcrest Christian in Memphis, Tennessee, he was the coach.
Huh.
And then he got the Ole Miss job as
you
he
mean
followed
you
Michael
mean in
Orr.
real life, not in the movie. So that's where I'm getting confused.
Yes. Yep. He was. They had some nerdy guy playing him.
Yeah,
But
I can't remember the guy's real name, but I know his face. Yeah.
he got the Ole Miss job pretty much off the basis of getting Orr to Ole Miss. And so
That was working out for him for a while until scandal happened.
yeah, if he could have just not done that
Yeah.
and not been a piece of shit, he might have been okay.
And then he goes, was it Liberty?
Yes,
after
Liberty.
that?
Very funny place to end up
Yeah.
after getting in trouble for everything he did, including, again, the escort services.
Yeah. At the Catholic school.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
actually, I think they're hardcore Baptists.
Oh, are they?
I think so.
I knew they were religious, but I thought they were
One
Catholic.
of the two. Yeah. There's something. There's something that. So Hugh Freeze, pulling for you, buddy. Hope you get that vote of confidence. Okay, Petey, we have a quick update of the Captain Petey playoff picture, the CPPP. A lot of movement after all of last week's happenings. Who is number one?
Ohio State.
Yep, that's just been the only constant in the nation, pretty
Until
much.
they lose, they're going to be number one.
Yes.
They're not going to play anybody. I think they might have Oregon at some point, but I don't think they have. Their schedule's just going to be super easy.
Yep, good for them. Number two.
Indiana.
Yes,
Going to win.
incredible.
Yep. You want to go?
Let's go number three. We're not even spend time on Indiana because I don't want to jinx it for my college football fantasy purposes.
Number three is Alabama.
Impressive win against Tennessee.
Yep. Tennessee's just does not have the defense to be able to stop it. So, kind of what we talked about them all year. They just are not. They're like a lesser version of Ole Miss. Their defense is not as good, but they still have a high-powered offense.
Yep. Number four.
Vandy
Incredible.
continues to get it done. Close loss to Alabama at Alabama. And until I see otherwise, I think they're the second best team in the SEC.
Wow. All right. Number five.
Georgia. Georgia's getting hot.
Yeah.
They're
They do
winning
this every
games.
year, it feels like. Yep.
Yeah, yeah. They're going to win on their defense and make miracles happen. But
Yeah. Especially if Stockton's playing like that. Good Lord.
yeah,
All right. Number six.
Texas A&M.
This
They
is
are undefeated. They have had a lot of close games, but they are undefeated in the SEC. They have not had a terribly hard schedule yet, or I think they do have a couple of hard games coming up. But undefeated in the SEC. I mean, you got to put them up there.
Yeah, and they do. Their toughest game is going to be Mizzou, at Mizzou, but then probably the easiest remaining schedule of an SEC team would be very funny to see them run the table because I agree. I don't know how good they are, but whatever.
I mean, they do get to play the Gamecocks, so that's
Good luck to them there.
Yeah.
Yes. Number seven.
Oregon, third best team in the Big Ten. Just they're going to win out probably. So
Yep.
it's they're going to beat up on all these crappy teams in the Big Ten. There's three teams in the Big Ten, and all three are getting to the playoffs.
Yeah. Number eight.
Ole Miss,
Downward
with
dog
one
leg.
loss, they still have played. They played a decent, hard schedule. They lost at Georgia, which is hard to go into Georgia and win.
Yeah,
So
yeah, that was a tough one, but you're right.
yeah,
Hard to ding them too much for that.
yeah, and only by one touchdown.
Yeah. All right, number 9.
Miami, even though they did lose to Louisville, they're still gonna. I mean, they're still the best team in the ACC.
That is true.
Even though Georgia Tech is undefeated, I've not seen Georgia Tech look as dominating as I have seen Miami look in most of their games this year. So could be, ACC championship matchup between those two teams. I probably give Miami the edge in that case.
Yeah, not a lot on the schedule remaining for Miami.
Yeah.
Number 10.
Texas Tech. They
The Tortillas.
They lost their first game, but they're still probably the favorite to win their league. And I don't see them. I think they do play Boise or BYU eventually. I don't see BYU winning that game, or maybe they'll meet in the championship game or something. But BYU's undefeated. I just don't see BYU really being that much of competition.
Yeah, it feels like we're headed towards a BYU loss pretty soon here.
Yeah.
Number 11.
Notre Dame.
Beating Southern Cal last week.
Yeah, even though Southern Cal's not that great of a team, they're
stink,
decent
yeah.
enough. And they're probably gonna win out the rest of the year.
Yeah.
They do. Guess what? Guess who's undefeated that they do have to play?
I was just writing about this because it was making me angry. Rank Navy. Rank them.
So I've got Navy in a 3-way tie for number 12.
As they should be.
Yeah, with USF and Tulane. I think USF actually gets that that big whatever the group of 5 slot and makes it into the playoffs. They're the only one that's ranked at this point. They do. I believe they play USF this week. Yeah, I mean Memphis this week. So Memphis is still in that conversation, but USF is most likely going to win that game, in my opinion. Tulane, the only good team they've got to play left is Memphis as well. But Navy is undefeated, and that's more than I mean, none of the other ones can say that. But they do have to go play Notre Dame.
Brutal remaining schedule for Navy. We've done them wrong as a service with Memphis. They play Memphis, South Florida, and Notre Dame. That's ridiculous.
So they do control their own destiny. If they win out, they'll be in.
Could you imagine? Yeah,
but we'll be the first option team we'll see in the playoffs.
Man, I would love that because it's such a weird offense that I feel like you could have an upset or two there.
Yeah.
Imagine.
They almost lost to Temple, 2 weeks ago?
Yes, that was a very close one.
Yeah.
And they had to throw the ball to win it too, I'm pretty sure.
Well, they were trying to, but then they went for it on 4th down. I think it was like 4th and 1, and everybody knew that they were going to run it, but Temple decided not to tackle anybody, and they just went for 60 yards.
That's right. Yeah, because the quarterback, let me pull that. 6 for 17.
Name, but he housed it on 4th and 1, I think.
That is embarrassing. Okay, there we go. That is your new playoff picture. Time to look ahead to this week. You've already mentioned one of these games, but as always, we go most exciting, most important, and best non-Big Ten SEC game. Petey, just start with the best non-Big Ten SEC game.
The best. It's gonna be the best matchup in Big 12, really, but it's BYU and Iowa State. The BYU is undefeated, and why am I saying Big 12? But BYU's not.
No, you're right. Big 12.
Okay. I'm getting. I hate
because we had two non-impressive conference matchups.
Yeah,
actually, yeah.
So Iowa State is not dead. They can still win out, get into the championship game. BYU's undefeated, but I don't have a lot of confidence in BYU. And I think it's at Iowa State. Iowa State is a 3.5 point favorite to win this game. But BYU did beat Utah last week, and they've got
that was something.
yeah. So this is just it sets the stage for there to be a lot more turmoil in the Big 12 as far as who makes it to the championship game.
The rare quarterback matchup between a Bear and a Rocco, also. So, there you go. Fun fact. All right, the most important game of the week. This is the one I meant to lead off with, and I forgot.
That's fine. USF and Memphis. These are the two, predominantly heavy hitters of that league. So these two could either end up in a rematch for their championship, or one of them just goes on to beat, maybe Tulane or somebody, or Navy, and then they're in the league to get to the playoffs. So that one has playoff impact.
Yes.
Most likely.
And the most exciting game this weekend.
Vandy and Missouri. Missouri comes into Vanderbilt, and these two teams are fun.
Yes.
Vandy is a fun team to watch. Missouri is as well. As long as Pabula does not throw a pick to, triple coverage on the final play of the game, this should be an entertaining game. And then honestly, Missouri still got a chance to get into the SEC championship game.
Yeah, so they need to win. Vandy averages 41 points a game, and Mizzou averages 39. So it could be very high scoring. I will give you another bonus matchup. FCS Saturday night, 8 o'clock. Number 1 North Dakota State and number 2 South Dakota State.
Oh,
so you got a Dakota rivalry, and these two, the top two teams, they have combined for the last 4 FCS national championships. And honestly, North Dakota State has won since 2011. They have won 10 national championships.
Those are the two teams that are always knocking off,
FBS school, yeah.
Whoever schedules them as a cupcake to start their year off is always dumb.
Yep, you're an idiot. So, so watch out for that one. What does that sound? That doesn't sound like a national championship contender, even at the FCS level. That's right. It is time for the Gamecocks Football Captain's Log, brought to you by Morris Island Charters. Go take a nice cruise around the low country waters with Captain Petey instead of watching this football team. Captain Petey, I was there. You watched it on TV. Oklahoma, they beat us 26-7. What do we even say?
Boo!
That is correct. That is correct.
It's god awful. What are we? I can't stand watching us play. It's so terrible to watch. It is sickening.
Yeah, it's boring. I made it until we got the ball on our own 2-yard line, and then I wanted to see us get a safety, and we did get tackled in the end zone for a safety, and then we left the game after that.
I'd already turned it off at that point. But
smart man. Just what the fuck are we doing? Honestly.
I have no idea, and I can't take watching this team. It's so masterfully ugly.
Yes,
I don't be this bad if you tried. I don't know what it is that there is a severe cancer eating us from the inside out. I don't know what is happening, but we are just we're a pumpkin that's rotten on the inside and is just starting to implode on itself the 3 days after Halloween.
Yep, the flies are circling. Yeah, it's bad. What was the worst moment of this game for you? Do you have one that stands out? Because I do.
I'm going to say the dumbest shit fake punt that everyone on the planet knew was coming.
Yes.
4th and 2.
And how'd that turn out, Petey? What happened?
We immediately threw it at an interception, like straight
Yes.
to him. Everybody knew that that's what was coming. If you're going to run a fake, you have to make it kind of give an inkling, that that's not what you're doing.
Yes.
Everyone knew that's what was happening. So just go for it with your offense. You have a better chance at that point of getting it with your offense. Even though offense is dog shit terrible. Thanks, Mike Shula. But I can't say everything is the problem.
Yeah, everything that is the best way to put it. Everything is the problem. That was going to be the play that I picked because that was ridiculous. Just sitting in the stands, everyone knew a fake punt was coming, like you said, and the anger that was building in person, where one gentleman said at halftime, "If everyone gives me $1, we can buy him out now." Like, everyone's fed up with it. The students left. Probably partway through the third quarter, the students finally gave up and were like, "We're over here in the sun, baking to death, watching this shit football team." They left. We're not doing anything offensively. Lenora Sellers, 124 yards passing. That is not a guy who is a potential number one pick. You are not using him correctly. Plain and simple, if that's what he gets.
We seem to refuse to roll him out, give him time and space. If we want to drop back and try to pass with him, that's not going to work. Our offensive line is garbage beyond garbage.
Yeah.
And we're just going to get him hurt. And I mean, speaking of him being a first-round pick, why? How could he possibly be a first-round pick?
I have no idea.
There's
At this point,
no evidence, because we've not given him the opportunity to show what he can do, but there's no evidence that he is a good quarterback, other than escaping the pocket when his life is threatened.
Yeah, he's good at avoiding death. So if you're looking for that in a quarterback, we got you. Matt Fuller, who we heard might be getting more carries, got 5 carries for -3 yards. We did play Jaden Sellers, Lenoris' brother. He was our leading receiver.
Yeah.
But I just don't.
But what's it not? I mean,
what are we doing? Like, what is going on here? And then
we can't get anybody open. We can't get time to throw the ball. We can't run a play without it getting immediately blown up in the backfield. There's absolutely nothing. The one good thing, like the second drive when we got on the touchdown drive.
Yes.
I think that was that 4th and 2 when we scored?
Let me check on that.
It was the first drive ended in a turnover on downs.
So it was in the next to last drive in the second quarter.
Okay.
So we had 3rd and 9. Yeah, we were 1st and goal at the 1 forever, and then 4th and goal at the 2, and the Nick Harbor play. That's right.
Yeah. Yeah, because he came all the way back around from the other side. He wasn't even looking for Harbor. He was looking for, I think, his brother.
Yeah.
But yeah, Harbor just made his way around. Luck is the only reason to explain that. I mean, Oklahoma's defense is good, but their offense is terrible. If we had any semblance of a consistent offense, we probably win that game because we just keep it out of their hands, for at least half the time.
Yeah. The only thing they could do was they ran the ball on us to death with Blaylock.
Yes.
Like we refused to tackle.
70-something yards in the first quarter.
Yeah, just ridiculous. Just not going to tackle, not going to take good angles. I don't understand. So I think to make matters worse was how pissy Beamer was after the game.
You know what? I'm sick of the little temperamental bullshit.
Yes.
Like, you put us in this situation. Your decisions have made this come to fruition. Want to go to Virginia Tech?
We will help you pack.
Push you on the way.
We'll get you on the boat and drive you up there. Because I think the question was what adjustments he was going to make on offense, and he didn't even let the guy get the full question out. And he was like, "Well, I just fired the offensive line coach."
Yeah, bro.
No shit.
That's your first fire in 4 years.
Yeah.
when we have seen the same situation since you got here, like just terrible offense, and you not willing to make changes when it's obvious you have to make changes.
Yeah, just ridiculous. And he's been a whiny ass for his entire tenure. Okay, it was covered up some because we won some games here and there, but he has been whiny. I remember him having a tantrum when they were honoring the women's athletes at midfield, and they were kind of slow getting off the field, and it was like in between quarters or something, and he was losing his mind on the sideline, and I was like, okay,
they are, head and shoulders above the football team.
They
win national championships.
Yes,
we can't win the Dirt Bowl. But
if Dawn Staley wants to sunbathe at midfield and have it delay the game,
let her do it. Give her a throne and a scepter to hold on the 50-yard line, and we'll play the game around her.
Yes. It is perfectly fine. So I was like, okay, this guy, he's a whiny ass. And then you kind of hear his interviews mid-game, and then you start hearing the post-game interviews, whiny ass. But now that it does not have any hint of the winning to mask the whiny assness, then you can fully smell the extent of his full shitty diaper. So that's kind of how my life is. So I am sick of him. I am sick of his personality. I'm sick of the fans who want to give him more time because he loves the program. I love the program. Petey loves the program. Let us coach.
Loving the program has nothing to do with it.
No, he wants to be here. I don't give a fuck.
I don't want him here.
No.
I love it more than he does. Get the fuck out.
Yes. Like, if he loves the program so much, why is he killing it? I don't understand.
Yeah. I mean, I've been saying since year one, this does not seem like a guy who is a head coach material.
No.
He's not willing to make the hard decisions. Honestly, he needs a little bit of Brian Kelly. He needs to be an asshole.
Yeah.
Maybe not a dumb asshole, but an asshole.
You got to fire someone.
Yeah. Some heads need to roll. You can't keep going down the same path and expecting a different turn to happen when you're just doing the same shit all the time.
No, it is ridiculous. And the fact that he is so against making a change, I do not understand. So I don't even know what else we can say that we haven't been ranting about here for his entire tenure.
Same problems, different day.
Yes, and I guess the only plus is that they did not fumble any snaps this week. So there was some offensive line improvement in that aspect. But, I mean, just pathetic to whine about being asked hard questions and to not want to make personnel decisions that need to be made. Like, I don't know how you expect people to keep showing up for this and how you expect to not lose recruits.
Right.
Who's coming here to play like this?
Yeah, no one wants to come. If they come to the game and see how we play, why would you ever want to come to this school? Because I don't want to come here and look like garbage.
No. And
it's just getting worse.
Yeah. And especially like this era of college football, you do not hang on to a coach this long if it is not working.
No.
This is when it can be turned around as quick as programs turn it around, like a Vandy, like in Indiana. You don't hold on to a guy who is stuck in neutral and trying as hard as he can to put it in reverse as fast as he can. It's silly.
He's pulling the e-brake. Like, this is...
Yes. And he's getting out. And
he's trying to go get in the speedboat, but he's got 7 anchors holding him behind him.
Yes. To help him move, he's shooting holes in the bottom of the boat. So, well, good news, Petey.
Is there? I can't believe it.
Yeah, this Saturday we take on Alabama.
Great.
Yeah.
Is somebody going to put me out of my misery before the game?
Yes. Yeah, you need to be hiding under his boat as he's shooting holes into it.
Go scuba diving with lead with a lead vest and, cinder blocks.
And no tank. Yeah, no oxygen. Okay. So I don't even know what this is funny to even talk about. But Alabama.
Congratulations to Alabama on their win this Saturday. Wish them well in the SEC championship game.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hope y'all enjoyed your visit to Columbia. Maybe you stopped and got some Kiki's chicken and waffles while you're there. So maybe it might be a little bit enjoyable, other than the complaint you just.
It's just great because this team is so much better than us.
Because they're an actual team. Like this is they have all three phases of the game figured out. It makes it actually look like an actual football game is happening, where we just seem to be toddlers in our diapers running onto their field and throwing off our diaper and shitting all over the Gamecock emblem.
It doesn't make any sense. I like the craziest thing is that Alabama somehow lost to Florida State. Like that's the only crazy thing about this game. Okay, well, 3:30 Saturday
for losing to Stanford this week. So good on them.
Yeah. So 3:30 Saturday, ABC. If you really want to watch it, should be funny. Bama is favored by 11.5. That has come down from 13.5. So people are believing in the mighty Gamecocks.
That is.
What do the Dolphins say? Where are they putting their entertainment purposes this week? I can't even imagine.
They're all aboard the Crimson Tide. They are hitting that one hard and heavy. Is your entire bank account, put it right on the Crimson Tide. Just if you got it, Alabama with 11 points.
Ooh, buddy.
Wow. Yeah.
Oh man. Okay.
Bon voyage. Just
Well, that's all I care to talk about. That. Okay. So
we need to never ever talk about this team again.
No. That's tough. Okay.
I need to get some anti-anxiety medication or antidepressants because this is
just a combination.
Heavily medicated to be able to watch this team.
Yeah, some fentanyl, something. So
all the drugs.
Yeah, anything we can find. So you know what? Don't watch that game. You should go on a tour.
Yeah.
With Captain Petey. Captain Petey, where can they find you?
MorrisIslandCharter.com. Instagram, Facebook, email me at morrisislandcharters@gmail.com. Phone number 843-608-8006.
Beautiful. That will do it for this week. Captain Petey will not shoot holes in the bottom of the boat, unlike Shane Beamer. Well, don't watch that game, but watch the other game. It's going to be a great week of college football, and we will catch you next week.
Bye.